Good day, everyone. I would like to welcome you back to another episode of the Glory Hunter Challenge that I am doing. My second team and my second country in Atletico Madrid. I have revamped this team. I have really done changes to this category of players. There is a lot of new faces across the season. There has been a lot of changes. There have been transfers last summer and the January transfer window where Pedraza came in, and it's pretty good that I brought him in because Anthony Robinson went out with a very long injury. As you can see here, he's still out injured up to now. It is the 28th of May 2026. He is coming back to full training in like 2 days. And if you just look at his injury history, he had a twisted ankle that made him go out for 3 weeks. So we are missing the Anthony Robinson we signed. Pedraza was there, and it is quite good that I went for him. And actually, Kyle Walker is also like nursing an injury. I don't know what injury it is at this point, but he is expected to be back to full fitness in 2 days, and that one is really necessary because in 2 days time, yeah, you have seen it on the cover, we are in the Champions League final against Liverpool. Hmm. Yeah, my first Champions League final again in this particular series. It is really mad how I've managed to do that, particularly with this team. And Erling Haaland scoring 20 goals for Manchester City. I think that's the record for Champions League goals in a season. He has broken Cristiano Ronaldo's 17 goals record. Victor Osimhen only managing 12, Immobile 11. But yeah, up to this point, it is really pretty mad how we have managed to reach the Champions League final. League-wise, though, I wouldn't even love to talk about it. Real Madrid ran away with this one. They ended up finishing top of the league. They were champions before even the season reached halfway the point. They won it with 9 points the gap. I would call that at least a bit better. Remember, at a point within the January transfer window, they were leading by like what, 16 points? Yeah, it's good that we managed to close it down to 9 points. Villarreal is still giving us a headache. They almost made us miss out on this second spot if it weren't for me beating them on the second return leg back at home. But Real Madrid ending up the champions. Also, if I were just to look at that league table, practically would say that I was just the second best outfit. I was better. Yeah, that's what I could say. I was better in the second half of the season. I scored more goals, conceded less goals. Everything was okay. Remember, in the first leg of the season, I really conceded a lot of the goals. If I just click that and clear that one, I was second. I had conceded 24 goals in only 19 games and I had scored only 41. But in the second half of the season, I was top of every stat. I lost no game. I drew only 4. I won 15. I had a really great second half. Scored 48, only 2 less than Real Madrid's. Conceded only 13, one more than Real Madrid. So I could say my second half of the season in the La Liga was better compared to the first, where I was really not really great. So, though even though I had the best second half of the season, Real Madrid were just behind me on the same, and they ended up winning the league, regardless of my great performance and my individual brilliance to try to bring the team back to glories. Barcelona, I know some of you are still asking about it, and some of you have already seen Barcelona managed to scrape a European competition for next season. According to the UEFA coefficients, they might be in the Europa League, but currently they are still in the Conference League. The coefficients, by the way, is still waiting to be awarded at the end of the season, most definitely at the end of the Champions League season. But Barcelona, after having a really horrific, I will also love to view that. I know I was saying I want to talk about the Champions League more, but it's just something beautiful to see. Barcelona, after having a really bad first season, their first season they was all the way down. They had only like what, 7 wins, 5 draws, 7 losses, only managing 26 points in that period. But in the second half of the season, they climbed up all the way to fourth, managing to bring themselves back into European contention, and they have managed to secure a European spot. So it's quite nice how the overall table, all the way teams have really managed to push themselves past their limits in the second half of the season. Goal wise, Victor Osimhen just blazed past this one. 27 goals. Omar Sadiq, the Nigerian, with 25. Combined 50. two goals for Nigeria in the league. My top scorer, Lucas Mecha, only managed 20 in the season, but that just tells you how much I have done to bring that guy back into contention for all of that. So that is the league. I am done with the league there. I won't even be reviewing the games the way they were. We missed out. We try again next season. The league, we try again next season. But what we have to talk about, the Champions League and the unfortunate knockout in the Spanish Cup. When we come back, when we came back here in January, I was talking a lot about how I want to win this Spanish Cup. It is my main priority because I know I won't go anywhere in the Champions League, and in the league, Real Madrid had already done away with it. By the way, it's nice to see Lucas Mecha was my top scorer with 7, only third best in that category. But I was knocked out in the quarterfinals by Barcelona. 4-1, the final score in that one. Wow. It really, really gave me a reality check. Lewandowski scoring twice, Joe Felix twice in the first half. It was 3-0, and then Joe Felix scored in the second half, and then Llorente pulled one back for me. I had 4 yellow cards. It was just frustration across the field for us in the second half. Trying our best to go down for this. They just had a really, really good game, didn't they? And it is really, really impetuous because I think 2 games after they knocked me out and setting themselves up for a final against Real Madrid, a semi-final against Granada, Sociedad, they beat them by 5-1. Real Madrid beat Granada 7-0 in their semi-final, and then Real Madrid ended up winning the Spanish Cup. They did a domestic double, but just to show what I am saying, after Barcelona beat me 4-1 in the Spanish Cup, we met almost 2 weeks later, and I beat them 2-0 in the league. Yeah. Okay. So they beat me in the cup 4-1. I beat them in the league twice. I beat them at home and away in the league. Remember, I beat them 4-2 in our first meeting in the league at home, where Lucas Mecha scored all the 4 goals. It was just an Mecha's show, but they ended up beating me in the Spanish Cup. So that's how we exited the Spanish Cup. That is the league and the Spanish Cup done for. Now let us start reviewing our Champions League journey. And the best way to do that will just to come here and filter the competitions in terms of Champions League ball only. Yeah, I would love just to go step by step across this one and see where the heck we got all the strength and all the ability to get into a Champions League final with a team that finished 9 points behind Real Madrid in the league and was knocked out by Barcelona in the Spanish Cup in the quarterfinals. Our first game in the Champions League was against PSG. I remember talking about these ones in the previous one, but I'll just re-summarize it all because we're heading into a Champions League final. I just want to watch our journey and also the journey of Liverpool themselves, who are with us in the finals. We lost to PSG 3-0 away from home. Our first Champions League out in the league phase stages. Kylian Mbappe with 2 goals, Marquinhos with 1. Went to Porto, drew 1-1. Mateus Cunha scoring that one for us. Beat Dinamo Kiev by 3 goals to 0 at home. Antoine Griezmann, Cunha, and Mecha with goals there. Beat Manchester United by 5 goals to 4. We even watched the replay of the goals. Everything was great. The highest scoring game of the Champions League. Cross, yeah. Our participation, our games, it was a really, really huge goal fest. Went again, played another English rival in Manchester City, drew against them 3-3, a very, very high scoring game too. Beat Borussia Dortmund by 2 goals to 1 away from home in an bid to try and set ourselves up for the quarterfinals, and also went on to beat Victoria Plazen by only 1 goal to 0, a game which I expected us to win by a lot of goals, but a Fabio Vieira goal in the 75th minute was only enough to see us through. We had better possession, we had more pass completion, but they were really knocking on the door. This Victoria Pleasant team, they were really a nuisance to me. When we finally managed to score, I was really pleased. But that was not enough for us to be able to get into the quarterfinals, because according to the league phase table, we only managed to finish 9th, 1 point behind Napoli and Liverpool, all the way to Manchester United. All these 5 teams finished only 1 point ahead of us, and we didn't manage to get into the quarterfinals directly. So we had to play a knockout phase, and that knockout phase, the playoff phase, or whatever knockout phase it says, we played against Arsenal. Yeah, the knockout round we played against Arsenal, managing a 4-2 aggregate win against them. Just to view that, we in our first leg against them away from home, that was at the Emirates, we drew 1-1 against Arsenal. Kai Havertz opening the goal. Angel Correa got injured in this one. Zolis earning us yeah, it was a pretty rotated. It was a strong team, but only the substitutes managed to get us the goal. Fabio Vieira and Christian Solis from the bench combining to score for us that one needed goal. With our only shot on target, by the way, we only had one shot on target. If you have seen that, across the whole game, one shot on target. Arsenal had three, and we managed to score, making it a 1-1. So coming back home on the return leg, we were clearly favorites to win this one. Bukayo Saka got injured quite early in the game. Rodrigo De Paul from the penalty spot. Odegaard equalized just a minute later. Lucas Mecha and Fabio Vieira then in the second half, sealing the game for us and setting us up for a Champions League quarter final against none other than Bayern Munich, whom I believe qualified directly from the playoff spots. Bayern Munich themselves too, League champions, and they are they didn't have a really good end to the league, by the way, but they managed to finish champions, I believe. Are they really champions? I might be saying that and I've not looked at the league table. Yeah, they were definitely champions. Who else can be champions other than Bayern Munich? So that was that. We managed to we met against Bayern Munich in the next phase. 4-3, the first leg score. That was a really, really impressive run of. This is a really good one that we just must watch the goals down, don't we? First goal definitely had to go our way. Christian Zolis intercepting a good ball. Rico Lewis into Fabio Vieira, curled it beautifully into the top corner. That is Fabio Vieira stuff. The lad I would love to see back at Arsenal next season. But a mistake at the back, just the same way they made a mistake, allowed Jeremy Frimpong to flow into the box. Frimpong, by the way, playing as their wing back to score that one. Pedraza himself brought him on into this one. A little 1-2-3 with Mecha and Cunha, and Mateus Cunha managed to pull one back for us. It was 2-1. But heading into the halftime mark, it was Frimpong again. Jeremy Frimpong, a low shot past the post next to the keeper, made it 2-1. Just before halftime in the 45th minute, they made it 3-2. Was it? Yeah, it was 3-2. Leon Goretzka with the goal. Christian Zolis then managed to get one into Fabio Vieira. Nice through ball into Lucas Mecha. Fabio Vieira, for me, the man of the match in this one. You won't tell me otherwise. Made it 3-3, and then just a minute later, not a minute later actually, just heading into the end of towards the end of the game, Lucas Mecha made it 4-3, winning at the first leg with a really very regarded high score line. It was great. It was a good thing. Also, you can see the XG match story. We were not far away from each other. Every team was knocking on the door of the other. Their XG 2.0 to mine 1.80, scoring 4 goals with an XG of 1.4 is really, really great. Then the return leg against them, this one was a really, really huge shocker for me. I knew I was going to lose this one, and this was going to be my Champions League run down, because leading by only one goal heading into the return leg at Bayern Munich, or at the Allianz Arena, I didn't expect us to win by 3-1. 6 minutes on the clock, Cunha just banged one into the back of the net. Rodrigo De Paul with the assist. Mateus Cunha from the edge of the box. That was really, really nice. I literally just jumped, seeing us leading by 5-3. Rodrigo De Paul then made that happen. A very, very long range free kick. I don't know what the keeper was doing. And we made it 3. Robinson into Cunha, into Angel Correa, who also banged another one into the back of the net. 3-0 heading into halftime. Wow. Then they managed to pull one back. I thought there was a comeback after this, but there was no real highlight until the end of the game. I had knocked out Bayern Munich in the Champions League away from home, winning by 3-1. Then that one definitely, as you are already seeing, set me up for a semi-final first leg meeting against Manchester City, where we definitely lost, but we only lost by 1-0. That is as important as that scoreline was. Only 1-2. And just impressive enough, Kyle Walker and Rico Lewis, the two former Manchester City players, were the best of the two bunch for us. Yeah, against their old club, they really know how to perform against their old club, don't we? Rico Lewis starting in this one for us, a pretty rotated team because of the fatigue of the previous games that we had, playing him as this role because I had to play Molina somewhere and Walker just had to play at centre back somewhere because Tar was tired. But this guy, these two players from Manchester City, they were really, really impressive. They put up a huge performance against Manchester City for us to be able to manage to only lose by 1 goal to nil away from home. Then when they came back to the Metropolitano, even though they had the most shots and more shots on target, we managed to knock them out on penalties. Yeah, Angel Correa scoring the first goal for us in the 5th minute, Rafael Real equalizing in the 16th minute. That made it 2-1 on aggregate. But then Francisco Koke, an assist from Robinson, made it 2-2 in the 41st minute. Then the game had no real action up to until after extra time, where we went into penalties. And Rodrigo, by the way, who is at Manchester City, signed for 85 million from Real Madrid last season. That's a chunky bit of cash. Missed from the penalty spot. His market value 230 million, 239 million. Missed from the penalty spot, and we managed to get ourselves into a Champions League semi-final. So wow, this has really been a really, really tipsy-turvy journey. I could call it an underdog journey, a really, really huge underdog journey. The semi-finals first leg then now. Time to talk about the things that led us into the Champions League final. Semi-finals first leg, Bayern and Zielinski opened the scoring for Napoli, making it 2-0 by the 13th minute. And I knew that, man, I think our underdog journey is out of the window at this point. Ivo Baena scoring in the 9th minute. It was a really, really good goal. Alex Baena, the goal scorer from Bayern Munich last season, went into Bayern. Oh, he went for Bayern from Villarreal. As far as I remember, he was a Villarreal player. Very, very interesting. Then a few minutes later, Petr Zielinski from the penalty spot. But then Lucas Mecha a minute later made it 2-1. And in the 90th minute, Christian Zolis did this. Angel Correa into Rodrigo De Paul. De Paul driving all the way to the byline, cutting it back in, and Christian Zolis at the far post made it 2-2 for us. And I knew that, come on, are we continuing to write our underdog story as things go? Because on the return leg against them at home, I didn't expect to lose, but at the same time, I knew Napoli were a tough outfit, and this is where Anthony Robinson got injured after serving us well across the season and managing to put us into contention against Napoli in the Champions League semi-finals. We had 11 shots on target. They had only 4 on target. We really, really limited them. This is our tough. This is our home. You just don't get past. Fabio Vieira again, the savior of the moment. This guy has come in clutch for us a lot this season. I don't know how many goals he has. He has 7 goals in 32 appearances, 3 assists. But in the Champions League itself, he has 5 goals in the Champions League. He has scored a lot to save us a lot in this Champions League journey. Signed by Atletico last season for 5.5 million from Arsenal, and he was part of the team that really managed to knock Arsenal out, and also managed to draw against Porto. Yeah, Porto withdrew against them. He has played against both of his former clubs in this Champions League journey. Pretty interesting from the 25-year-old. But he was the one with the only goal of the game that set us up for the Champions League final. A sweet ball in from Angel Correa, met by Fabio Vieira, first time placement, and that was that. A call for offside was there, but eventually it was not offside. In the 71st minute, we sealed our fate in the Champions League final against Liverpool. The finals being played at Stadio Olimpico. I don't know whether that was the event for last season's final. I just wanted to refilter that and make all the other competitions available. As you can see, also the league was that really topsy-turvy. We drew against Real Madrid in the second leg. Beautiful enough, they didn't beat us 2 times. And also another team that beat us before that I managed to get a result against happily was was Villarreal, whom in the second leg we managed to beat by 4 goals to nil, as you can see here. That's just those are the only things I can talk about in the league. The really slipped us. Now, just look at Liverpool's Champions League path. Liverpool themselves have also knocked out a lot of really huge teams. According to the league phase, Liverpool finished seventh in the league. Then they went on to the round of 16 themselves, where they knocked out Barcelona by 4 goals to nil, 4 goals to 2 aggregate. We know how bad Barcelona have been in this universe. Then they went to the quarterfinals, where they knocked out AC Milan by 5 goals to 2 on aggregate. Manchester United also knocking out Juventus on that one. It was going to be an all English Premier League affair in the semi-finals if both I and Napoli didn't contribute our best to be able to knock out Chelsea and Manchester City respectively. In the semi-finals, they met against their English rivals Manchester United, beat them by 3 goals to nil on aggregate, containing a really good clean sheet across both legs, and now setting themselves up against us in this Champions League final, which by the way is being played 2 days from now. So that is that. My whole introduction has been building up to this, and I've seen some really good news heading into the finals. Thiago is unregistered. Virgil van Dijk pulled groin. Luis Diaz out with a torn abdominal muscle. For me myself, the only player whom will be out will be Anthony Robinson, but Pedraza, my guy, has really put up huge numbers ever since I signed him from Liverpool. By the way, playing against his former club, a lot of my players are meeting against their former clubs. Ever since I signed Pedraza from Liverpool, he has played 14 times, 1 assist, 6.83 average rating, better than his last season at Liverpool, but still not one of his best because I haven't played him that much. He has started 8 league games and come on as a substitute in 6. Also started 3 Champions League games and come on as a substitute in 3 others. So I would love to see whether the 30-year-old can really fill in the shoes or the boots of Anthony Robinson, who has been clutch for us across this Champions League season, setting us up for the finals. So practically speaking, I would love to see after 2 days if Kyle Walker will be fit, but if not, I think Molina will play his last game of the season for us, because Nahuel Molina, as you have seen, he is unhappy. He would love to leave the club. If we look at his happiness, what is making him unhappy? He wants to start more games. That was his problem. I've been playing him more as a squad player. I didn't even think of doing this initially. I don't know why I haven't done that for a long time, but now Will Molina, I think at the end of the season, his contract is going to is his contract running out, or am I just the one who is selling? He still has 2 year contract with us, but I have put him up. I was about to put him up for the transfer market. I don't know whether I will be doing that, but if Walker will be injured by that game still, I think Noel Molina will have big shoes to fill. Yeah. And according to Opta, statistics wise, Liverpool are the favorites for this Champions League win. They definitely are. I mean, winning the Champions League with the Atletico Madrid in my first ever Champions League final in this whole um, challenge will be really great. Getting done with the Champions League as early as this will be really wonderful. But at the same time, I must be wary. Liverpool are a really wary side. They're a really good side, and for that reason, I would love to attend my first press conference of the season, apart from the one that I attended when I was being signed in. So I would love to answer some questions from the press. I mean, I have all the time. We are building up to a Champions League final. Okay, your Atletico side face a tough challenge in the final with Liverpool, the clear favorite. Are you confident the players can upset those odds? We are going to win this game. I know it. Should I be that cocky? I don't think so. Yeah, we are the underdogs for a reason. This is going to be tough, but who knows? Anything can happen in soccer. Let us try to be reserved. In all the history, Atletico have never won the Champions League. Actually, that is absolutely true. I forgot to talk about that one. It's a huge challenge to win it. Right? If you look at competition wise for Atletico, they have finished runners up 3 times: 1974, 2014, and 2016, but have never won it. So that is as tough as it is going to be. So that one, I've seen their history and know how tough it's going to be, but that will only make the victory all the sweeter. Winning the Champions League will undoubtedly be the pinnacle of Atletico's campaign. Just how badly do you and your team want it? We want it really bad. it has been a memorable journey so far, but there's still work ahead, and we want to win with style. A number of people will agree that your win over Bayern was the highlight of Atletico's run to the final. Definitely, definitely. I love that comment, Robbie. Is it Robbie who is speaking? It is Federico Perez. I love that comment, man. From Sport, that is his media department. A number of people will agree. Is that something you also believe? But I won't do that. I will say we've had to play well at every stage in order to be here. I know say one match was more important than that. Ignores the true brilliance of our run. Let us say that. Yeah, we will. Will we see any changes to your first team lineup for the big match? As always, we'll analyze the players' fitness and the performance training before making any decisions. Definitely, can you reveal how you will be instructing the Atleticos boys to play? The idea is to put them on the back foot from the first whistle and really control the game throughout. That's definitely how you win finals. How else do you win finals? Really good Champions League, really good press conference, lads, and now we head on to the finals. Okay, some news that is really coming in. I was a shocker before we go to the game with Andrea Beta, general manager, the current Arsenal general manager. By the way, I would love to see such a realistic transfer happen here, but he has been our Atletico's general manager since 2018, a chief scout since 2014. He has really good knowledge about places. Italy complete knowledge, Spain complete knowledge. So we expect a lot of Italian and Spanish players into the Arsenal lineup sooner rather than later. But in this universe, he's still with us in 2026. He's telling me that Antoine Griezmann has announced his decision to retire. After talking to the matter of his family, he has decided that his best option is to retire while he's still in his prime. That I would definitely agree with. That is really smart move from Antoine Griezmann. Not that old. I think he's only 35 years of age. The same, yeah, 35 years old. The same age that Toni Kroos decided to retire with, while still at his prime. Yeah. So I will not ask him to reconsider his retirement. I know very well that that is a really smart move from him. He has personal reasons why this is a really smart move from Antoine Griezmann, if you ask me. So I'm not going to ask him to reconsider his retirement, but if I look at him, can dude really become any stuff, anything? Coach, seeing Antoine Griezmann as a head coach someday, sometime. Okay. Okay, he doesn't want to become a head coach anyway. Yeah, we'll just see how things do him. Do after about what he decides to be as a head coach, anything. But just good news. Yeah, Anthony Robinson is back just in time for the game, but his fitness is not that high. So practically, I will be starting with Pedraza for this final, and then Walker is also fit. So sorry to Nahuel Molina. I know Rico Lewis is against the fact that I'm not treating Nahuel Molina very well, and also Ivo Grobic unhappy with the treatment of Nahuel Molina. Anthony Martial, slight concern, wants to go out on loan to help secure a permanent move. I think I have already set up this guy on a loan deal. I don't know why he is still asking me about that. He has been transfer listed. Let us also not unavailable. Let us also loan list him for that reason. Therefore, but now this is a very strong first. Look at the affinity between those four. Look at the affinity. This is the squad that has gotten us here. And by the way, if you have noticed, I have done away with that Triketista role, and I am now playing with two attacking midfielders, of which for this match I would love to play with one of them as an advanced playmaker, and that will definitely going to have to be someone better. So Mateus Cunha as an advanced playmaker on attack, Anton Griezmann as an attacking midfielder for his last game of his career, a Champions League final. What a way to cap off a career, man. What a way to cap off a career for this young lad. He has won a lot across the years. He has won the European Under-19 Championship with France. He has won the first international goal was at against Paraguay, aged 23. First cup against Holland, aged 22. And in 2014, he won the Spanish Cup with Atletico. 2016, UEFA Champions League runners-up. 2018, second in the league. Atletico also, they won the Europa League 2016, France World Cup winner 2018, 2021 Barcelona Spanish Cup winner, Barcelona third in the league, European International League winners, that is the UEFA Euros, and then in 2024 Spanish Cup runners up. I would love to see how he will become. Just look at those personal accolades. Look at those personal accolades. Played for only two teams in his entire career. That is at three teams: Atletico Madrid, uh, Real Sociedad and Barcelona. So a pretty good career for him. Winning the Champions League will cap it all off. Look at this. The Luka Modric way wins the Champions League, wins the league, and then just calls it for his career. So winning this will really cap it off for Antoine Griezmann. Enough blabbering, by the way. I think I've really made this video long with this talking. I don't know how long the edit after the after editing is going to be, but I think we're going to start playing the game in the late 30s if I am not careful. Okay, now it is time for the game. Tightly marking Mohamed Salah, that is definitely needed. The Liverpool lineup: Alisson, Trent, Konate, Bamba. They have Ibrahimo Bamba in the team. Robertson, Scalvini, De Jong, Neves, Salah, Kvaratskhelia, and Van Nilsson up front. Just a really good team. Let's just go with the assistant's recommendation. Tell the defenders, try to make me proud. I trust you to make the difference. Trust you lads to make the difference. Let us see how things are definitely going to be a Champions League final stage here. That is my lineup. I have not made any change. Look at the weight. Look at just the team that I have built from this. Anthony Robinson, by the way, on the bench to come on in the second half. Then this lineup from Liverpool. Wow. They're playing a 4-1-4-1. Oh my god, that's going to be tough to break down. They have the wings and the center of the field covered, but it is the Champions League final. You never know what may happen. So it is all about waiting and seeing the development of things as we go. So it is a really huge game for us. Liverpool, by the way, playing in white because we also have our red. We couldn't all play in red, but I feel like it would have been great for them to play in their black kit more than this white one. Anyway, the game is out. The game is out, and now we are in a rush for this one, a Champions League final, and there is a first half highlight. Look at the build up from these guys. Mohamed Salah into Trent, intercepted by Mateus Cunha. Thank you, lad. Cunha. It is only 4 minutes on the clock, by the way. A goal now will be really impressive so that I can try to go defensive. Griezmann with a shot, scoring a goal in your final game for the season will be something really impressive to have. Let us see where this performance goes. I can't tell you the excitement I'm having, guys. Who knew I was going to be in the Champions League final? Approaching the half hour mark. After that fourth minute highlight, we definitely have not done anything. It has all been Liverpool. Just look at the number of shots they're putting across the board. We have only two shots, none on target. Going into halftime, nil will definitely be something great for me, so that in the second half I can think about going more attacking. But for now, I'm just going to hold our stance at where we are. Uh, if we can definitely try our best to go into halftime by only and goalless score, but here comes Frankie de Jong trying to look for Kvaratskhelia, intercepted by Walker, but Anthony Robertson still has the ball. Cross into the box, and Evan Nilsson. Oh god, I thought we were really going to go into halftime leading by with a nil-nil draw so that I can plan more for the second half. Okay, 1-0 is not a bad scoreline to go down in the second half, but remember these Champions League finals, a lot of them always end nil goalless. But Evan Nilsson, a wonder kid in the game, signed by Liverpool, has been doing loads for them, and now I think he has just capped off a really good season for himself and for Liverpool with that first half performance. 13 shots, 5 on target. I've had only 2 shots, none on target. I think now this is where the halftime talks and the tactics actually do something. Because I started this game playing with wing backs on support. I am going to take them back to attack. I wanted to conserve the first half, so because that is when big teams knock best. Then the second half we can start knocking and see where we're going to do. Then I'm going to take off the mentality from balanced to positive, and then we see how things are going to get for us. That is the only downside so far, but I think there's a lot of options. I'm going to tell them I'm disappointed, not critical, I'm not positive enough. Show me something else in the second half. Marcos Llorente seems anxious for some reason. Can I have an individual talk with him? Why the heck are you anxious? um Yep, still seems anxious. Okay, so let's start the second half. And for those players who seem anxious, I think I'm just going to pause that and then come to shouts and then shout encourage, because everything now seems like we are still down. Is Marcos Llorente still anxious? Yeah, he is, hasn't fixed anything. Anyway, let's now hope that this second half will have more action. 15, they're still shooting. Why can't my guys shoot? Okay, so now there is a half 60th minute highlight that we may or may not be actually going to build from, as Pedraza now has the ball looking for Mateus Cunha. Cunha does well and Angel Correa pulls one back for us. That's now what you call going forward on the front foot in a Champions League final. It was a mistake from Andy Robertson, I won't lie, but it was a fortunate mistake for us. Pedraza now a lot up in the field, higher up the field. It was Mohamed Salah's mistake, by the way. Tried to control Cunha's nice ball into Angel Correa, and Angel Correa makes it 1-1. Definitely now that's some stuff you love to see. Our first shot on target of the game we get to equalize the game at this point. So there is still a lot to come. There is still a lot. And now time for some substitutions, definitely. Substitution wise, I think Marcos Llorente on a yellow card is not something good, but Kyle Walker is the one whom I am really keen to look at on my radar. And I think Nahuel Molina is just the best replacement for that. He is fatigued. Pedraza has had a good game for us, but I would love for Anthony Robinson to come and see out the game, but not now. Maybe in the 75th to 80th minute, there will be a good option. For Marcos Llorente on a yellow card, I think Koke would be really great. Getting a red card is the last thing I want to do. So those two substitutions to cap off this first period of the game. Let's see how we are going to carry ourselves for the next 20 minutes left in the game. Okay, 10 minutes to go in the game, and now there are a lot of jaded legs. Okay, so first of all, definitely Anthony Robinson to come on for Pedraza. I love the way his options, and I'm just hoping he will really improvise more going forward. And then finally, I think the next substitution I will do is to take off Mateus Cunha and bring on Fabio Vieira, who has been clutch for us in this Champions League season. A goal right now towards the depth of the game from Fabio Vieira, man, that will really make me question a lot of from the logic of this game. It has been difficult for us. Liverpool have had 23 shots, 7 on target. I've had only 4, 1 on target. If I end up winning this game, man, of which I'm not seeing myself doing, with Ruben Neves ball into the box, Trent Alexander-Arnold collects it. He gives it back to Ibrahima Konate, goes all the way back to Frankie de Jong, and they are going forward again. Ruben Neves cross into Mohamed Salah, looking for Salah. Salah's header, very soft for Jan Oblak. And what can we do from here? Jan Oblak, will he punt the ball forward or will he start short? Jan Oblak, poor throw, but that was done well to taken by Jonathan Tah. My heart pumped up for a second there. Mohamed Salah still going again, intercepted. Evan Nilsson again in the box. That was really good from the defense. That was really good from the defensive point of view. But they are not done. They are not yet done. Now I think the highlight is done. I thought Evan Nilsson just scored there again, and if he scores now, it is over for us. I won't lie. If Evan Nilsson scores now, it is over for us. I can't believe we are just trying our best, and now Fabio Vieira trying to punt the ball forward to Lucas Mecha. Trent collects into Gomez. Konate building from the back is their style. Frankie de Jong into Mohamed Salah. Last minute of the game. Come on, guys. Don't let me down. Let us take this extra time. Cross into the box. Ryan Gravenberch heads it just above the crossbar. 3 minutes of added time to go. Liverpool have been on our back. They have been just climbing on us, and that is that for the first half. Come on. How have we managed to hold this up to extra time? How have we managed to hold this up to extra time? Lads, I think there is still some work to do. But before we have that work to do, I think I really need to make some substitutions. Some people are really crying for their legs. Griezmann and Rodrigo de Paul are not okay. I can bring on Rico Lewis for Rodrigo de Paul, but for Antoine Griezmann, whom do we have that can really replace him? Christian Zolis. Do I bring him on now? Remember, Griezmann is playing his last game of the season for us. I have 2 more substitutions left. and one more stoppage. I think I want to see of this first half of extra time with this squad that I have, and then we can see what we do after that. But now with this one, I think my idea now is to try my best. We have really been playing on the back foot. What will happen if I take these lads from positive to attacking? Will I have shot myself in the foot? I'm still considering it. Will I? Because I'll push my players forward and leave myself susceptible to counter-attacks. You know what? Screw it. It's my first Champions League final. I still have a lot of leagues and a lot of seasons to go into. If I don't win this one, there is another one. But it's still beautiful that I've managed to bring the underdogs of Atletico Madrid to a Champions League final against Liverpool. Still beautiful. Fabio Vieira taking this corner, cross into the box. Mateus Cunha tried to go for it, but he didn't. Just look at the bodies we have forward. That leaves us far-fetched. Frank Koke back into Robinson. Robinson into Jimenez. Jimenez back into Tar, our centre back pairing for the season that has been really good. Our Saliba and Gabriel. Rico Lewis, nice ball. Fabio Vieira, oh my word, you can't really tell me this. This has been scripted. No way Fabio Vieira scores for us another clutch goal again. This is definitely scripted. Actually, no way this happens, man. How? I was just saying that imagine I bring on Fabio Vieira and he scores for us a goal in the dying minutes of the game to win us this one. Actually, I am now reconsidering my terms. Fabio Vieira, beautiful. It is 2-1. I am no longer playing on attack. I'm going back to balanced. I'm going back to balance. Let's have the balance between attack and defense here. Let's see this game off. Last minute of first half extra time, and I think we're going to go. Oh, not yet. Oh, and now they think there is another highlight. Come on, let's not mistake ourselves. Molina, back to Tar, back to Koke, back to Jimenez. Look at the press from Liverpool. Back to Jonathan Tar. We still have the ball though, that's the good thing. Goes all the way back to Jan Oblak. Don't make mistakes, you have a body here, nice. Jose Jimenez, back to Robinson. Now, Robinson, what can you do? I brought you on to be that power mind, that wing back for us, that ball for us. And Lucas Mecha hits the crossbar. That was game. That was game, set, and match. That was really unfortunate for us. Kvaratskhelia, I've heard, is really causing problems for us. And now Ryan grabbing back from the edge of the box. Correa does well to clear. Virgil van Dijk injured, but still in the game. Crossing the box. Szoboszlai is in. That was almost in. We survive. We survive. Can we see just, lads? Can we try our best to see this off until halftime? Can we try our best to see this off until halftime, please? Because I want to make a few substitutions of some jaded legs, the likes of Antoine Griezmann at halftime. 2 minutes added on to the extra time first half. That's a lot. That's a lot. Liverpool can make anything happen. Thank God they don't make anything happen. Okay, so I have jaded legs. I think I need to start the extra time before I manage to make those substitutions. One in Antoine Griezmann, who I think, if I don't get out of the field right now, will end his career definitely with an injury instead of just ending his career out of options. And then for my final substitution, I have Martial. How has Lucas Mecha has not been perfect. Can Anthony Martial score his first goal of the season for us against? Oh, how comes I don't have any other substitution? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've made all the substitutions. I didn't count well. Okay, so with that, I think I also need to make some changes to the roles. I'm going to take these wing backs off attack and put them as wing backs on support. I took them forward to attack. They managed to get that one goal for us, and now I think for me to be able to see this game off, playing on balanced wing back on support will really help me. Yeah, God help me win this game. Look at these stats. Look at what is happening here. I mean, if I win this game, it will be really unfair to Liverpool. And now it is not yet done. I question everything, but it's not yet done. And here comes Diogo Jota into the box. Jota into Gravenberch. Mohamed Salah cleared. Thank you. I thought that one was in. If If you were watching it with me, that was definitely in. From the angle we were viewing it from, it was in. 7 minutes to go. Salah into the box. Cross. It is cleared initially. Salah. Molina doesn't do well. Into. Oh my God. Evan Nilsson. Evan Nilsson. It is Evan Nilsson again. Yeah, I'm busy scratching my hair. I can't believe we haven't managed to fend off this guy. That was really poor from Nahuel Molina. Even if he is fatigued, come on, that is not what to be expected. 2-2, 111th minute. Still some time. Still some time. Oh no, 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 don't tell me we are losing this game this way. Salah, Jonathan Tah, thank you, into Fabio Vieira, a counter attack. Lucas Mecha into Christian Solis. That is a very quick counter attack. What can Solis do? Solis just across the face of goal. That was really, really, really not what we expected. Across the face of goal. We have had as many shots as those that Liverpool have had on target. But Christian Solis just across the face of goal. I don't want to make anything rash. I want us to go to penalties. Yeah. Now, hopefully, things are really going to get us up in terms of penalties. Okay, let's see about penalty taking. Just arrange them in the order of the best penalty takers in the squad. Lucas Mecha. I think Fabio Vieira, who is positive about penalty taking, should start this one for us. I will. Can I do that? Fabio Vieira is very positive ahead of penalty taking. By the way, Vieira has taken a lot of penalties for us. So I don't know what am I even doing? I wanted to pick. Okay, that's the way the game has arranged it. Let us have the penalties pep talk before we actually do this. Oh, come on, it's the dying minutes of this final. I never thought this one was going to go to penalties, but it has arrived. Playing against a good side like Liverpool, it was to be expected. Relax, pick your spot, and don't change your mind. Anxious, the likes of Pedraza and Mateus Cunha. Can I talk to them? Mateus Cunha and Alfonso Pedraza. I don't want anyone to be anxious. I have the utmost confidence in you. Good luck in the shooter. They're still anxious. Okay, it seems like there are just some things you can't get out of the players. Okay. Anxiety really, really kicks. Okay, for this penalty shootout, though, I would love to use the behind the goal camera. So let's see. Yeah, that is something really, really immense. Let us zoom in a little bit more just to see this thing in 3D. The penalty stuff, just a line with goalkeeper. Fabio Vieira, I thought he was saved. Fabio Vieira scores the first one. Okay, Yano Black, I have utmost confidence in you. I think I should have talked up to him, tell him that I have full confidence in him. Save. So, the same side as Fabio Vieira, the same side the keeper dived, but ultimately, no action. Okay, for us now, Mecha for this one. Oh my word, Lucas Mecha penalty is saved. Lucas Mecha's penalty is saved. Dominic Szoboszlai. What can Yano Black do? What can Yano Black do? Nothing about it. We are 2-1 down. Angel Correa. If he misses, it is done. If he misses, it is done. He scores. Thank you. Now it's all about praying that young Oblak actually saves Evan Nilsson's penalty. Evan Nilsson has been their man so far. I don't expect Oblak to save this one, or can he? Come on, Oblak. Diving the right direction all the time, but not making anything count. Koke misses. We have lost this one. Thank you. Sending the keeper the wrong direction. Beautiful. Can Yano Black actually make something happen for us? Still give us something to dream about. I am now just closing my eyes. Please don't tell me he has scored. Same direction, same position. All of Liverpool's penalties have gone to the left hand side of the post. All. Definitely all of Liverpool's penalties have gone towards that end. And Yano Black have never made anything. Christian Zolis was very anxious. He misses, we are out. Just down the middle. Now it is all about Oblak saving us, or Liverpool have won this one. Diogo Jota to win it for Liverpool in the Champions League final against Atletico de Madrid. Diogo Jota steps up. What will Oblak do? Will he eventually come down? No, he doesn't. Same. Oblak, come on. Same position to the left. I thought I was finally lifting a Champions League trophy and getting done with one. This season, Liverpool, well, okay, deservedly so. They are the deserved winners. I won't lie. They deserved to win this. But we had our best. The underdog story, we were going to complete it, but it all comes down to the penalty shootout in the final. I don't even want to see the celebrations and the confetti, whatever. Goodbye. I can't believe. Unlucky boys. We tried our best. I won't lie. Yeah, that's just the best we can do. That was our best, and it was definitely the best that we could do. So Nmecha did not really perform well in that one. Fabio Vieira came in clutch for us very late, but Evan Nilsson was just, I think Liverpool were just too good. We'll have more opportunities to win the Champions League in the future. So I am not completely jaded about this one, but I think we had a lot of chance. 13.3 million into the bank. That is quite a good amount. Don't want to see the face of the price again. I told them I will definitely be trying. Ooh, that was a lot of money. Okay. Anyway, but Champions League finals, everything has gone down. We had that storyline to write. We failed to complete it at the expense of a penalty shootout where Liverpool definitely went down. Thought Black could do better. He didn't manage to do so. Lucas Mecha was my top scorer but was nowhere to be seen in that finals. But considering everything, we have ended our first season at Atletico Madrid having won nothing. Yeah, we have won nothing with the team in our first season, but I'm so pleased with the progress that we have made. I don't know how the board confidence is with me. They are very pleased with the overall leadership of the team. They are devastated about signing. Oh, next season definitely I'm going for youngsters. I am definitely going for youngsters next season. Make the most of set pieces. They are disappointed in that. Play direct soccer. They are disappointed. Be competitive against Real Madrid. They are disappointed. Okay. Anyway, about everything, I think we have made our best, our peak, our trial. We went into the Champions League final. A lot of contracts are set to expire. A lot of players are set to leave, as you can see. And next season is all about rebuilding, and that is what we are going to come back for next time out. We are going to try to rebuild the first portion of the season and try our best to actually bring something out of the team. Well, it has been difficult, it has been hard. I have a team to rebuild for the first starting portion of next weekend. And by the way, I'm releasing this one on Saturday. I have managed to fix FIFA Manager 2025. I will be going live later on, even though with all of the income that we have gotten, we still haven't managed to fix our overall bank balance. So do I need to click continue? But just I was saying, I have managed to make and remend the FIFA Manager 2025, and now I can go live later on, and definitely I will be looking to finish the Arsenal career mode in that live stream that I'm going to go later on, just a few hours after the release of this video. But just as things are going, UEFA Champions League award winners announced. Goalkeeper of the season, Alisson Chesney Black. Defender of the season, Trent Scalvini Theo Hernandez. Midfielder of the season, Salah Gravenberch Diaz. And forwards of the season, Haaland Victor Osimhen and Evan Nilsson taking third. That was really good. Player contracts about to expire. We have Koke, we have Kyle Walker, Valera, Brigi, and Maestra. So for Koke, I think I'm going to activate that 1 year extension clause that he has in his career. Yep, I'm going to trigger that one. Absolutely. Traveling to join. Yep, they're traveling. For Kyle Walker, 36-year-old veteran fullback, he has not told me he wants to retire, so I'm offering him a new contract, but I'm going to remove that one because there are points that I really need to use him as a center back. So he wants 120,000 per week. I am going I'm only allowed to register 3 non-EU players, and currently I have 3 registered. For my signings for next season, I will have to be wary that I can't sign another non-EU player unless one leaves. 110,000 for Kyle Walker with 1.1 million bonus. That is definitely a good deal, and minimum release clause 24.5 million, considering I signed him for 3.3 million is quite good. So I'll give him that. And then Francesco Coque, I have triggered the extension clause. Nice. So that to end this episode, Francesco Betta is going to offer me more players for me to sign. Everything is going to come down for us, and now we are done for the season one with Atletico Madrid. Pretty much successful, second in the league, runners up in the Champions League, and knocked out in the quarterfinals by Barcelona. Next season, we are aiming for this one. Remember, I have to complete the league and the Spanish Cup, and then I can leave Spain in peace. The Champions League, I still have more options to win it with more teams, and I am not jaded about that. But for now, I am really happy with the overall positioning of this team, what the work that I've managed to do, and where I've managed to bring this team. Anyway, thanks so much, guys, for watching this episode. Hope to see you in the next one. We'll be rebuilding Atletico, going for another strong season, and hope you enjoyed the Champions League final. You can tell me what I did wrong that didn't manage to win us that game, or if Liverpool was just too good, or if my team was just not strong enough. Recommend for me some tactics that you would love to see me try to use with the setup that I am using, and then we can see what will work for us and help us maybe manage to do a treble next season. Anyway, thanks so much, guys, for watching. Hope to see you in the next episode. Peace.